Trey Jackson completed his first 24 passes of that game. Have you ever seen him in his zone quite like that?
Quite honestly, no. But it honestly doesn't surprise me, with all the preparation and things that we've been doing throughout the off season, and that's not just with me, that's him with other guys, just constantly forming a good chemistry between the quarterback and the receivers. He constantly finds ways to, get that chemistry to be where it's supposed to be, and I saw Saturday, that's exactly what happened.
Obviously, first road game, and kind of, with the transfer portal, teams look new every year, new guys. Just for you, do you have certain things you like to see or need to do for a road game that's different for a home game?
For me personally, really just going there with a mindset of, we're here, that we're going to set the run game first and foremost, and that our defense has to come out and play. Those two things are one of the biggest things that's not only enforced for me, but for the entire team. We're going to go out there, pack your run game, pack your defense, and go make a mark on the game early. We want to go out there, create quick 3-and-outs, and get the run game going as quick as possible to open up the pass game. So really those things are really the only things I'm really looking for us. It is a new team. It's our first road game. It's going to be a new challenge for us. So that's something I'm excited for, just see how the team handles adversity.
You mentioned this new challenge this weekend. How much of a measuring stick do you think this game is going to be? Because obviously the offense very successful the first 2 weeks, but going on the road, playing against a Power 4 team, what are you expecting to learn about your offense?
I'm just trying to see how the offense really handles, there's possibly, different conditions out there, there could possibly be rain and things like that. Just trying to see how the offense handles the different challenges that comes forward. That's really the main thing, the main big focus for us. But end of the day, we know it's about us. We're not really worried about who we're playing. It's about how we play. It's about how we go out there with our mentality. And, as long as we go out there with the right, correct mentality that our coaches are constantly telling us to have, we're going to go out there and do what we always do.
Trey, yards after the catch, you had a big day Saturday. Is that something you practiced? Is that something you concentrate on, or does that just come naturally?
I definitely say it's something I definitely concentrated on, especially this past off season and even fall camp. Our coaches constantly tell us to, once we catch the ball, finish two lines ahead of us. But for me, I really just took it another step, and I was just trying to finish in the end zone each and every time I caught the ball. So I'm glad it's paying off. So just hopefully it continues on throughout the season.
I think you kind of mentioned it a second ago, talking about the possible rain coming in this weekend and all that. Is it something that y'all, as of Monday, been kind of preparing for that with wet ball drills and all that? And if so, when was the last time y'all were able to do that?
We haven't really prepared for it, not yet at least, but it's definitely in the back of our minds. We still have the same mentality of protecting the ball, dying with the ball. That's something that's constantly drilled into us. For us, whenever you have that ball in your hand, you have the team in your hands, and that's something that each and every ball carrier has to have in their mind whenever they're carrying the ball is, hey, we're protecting the team. You're not just protecting yourself, and you're not just protecting the ball, but this is the team that you're protecting, you're looking after. So for us, we understand that, there might be some weather that we have to deal with, but for us, it's still the same thing. You got to protect the ball, die with the ball, and do what you're supposed to do.
Jordan played limited, but how did he feel after the game Saturday?
Oh, it felt good to have him back out there, I gave him a little pat after his first drive. I was like, how you feel to be back out? He said, it's just glad to be back with the guys. And, he was super excited just to be out there. And he didn't necessarily have a whole bunch of catches and things like that. But, there's many other plays where he's contributing. On one of the runs that Harlan Paris had, he ended up scoring on, you can see Jay Watt getting a very crucial block that even got him to the end zone. So, just things like that. And, it is like having a QB, like Dart said, on the field. He's constantly getting guys lined up. He's constantly telling guys what's the play, whether we can't see the signal or something like that. He's constantly relaying the play and constantly making sure guys are whether in the right headspace and things like that. So it was great to have him back out there. I'm super excited to see him play again this week.
Any other questions for Trey? Okay, speaking of Jordan, has he talked to you anything about maybe staying on offense, or do you think he'll be punt returning as well this year? I know you're not the head coach or anything, but
I'm not 100% sure on it. We don't really talk too much about depth chart movement and stuff like that. It's more what's the game plan, what you're thinking about in this situation, or what you think about this DB in this situation. So I'm not real sure what those plans are necessarily. I'd love to see him back there again, doing what he do, returning and getting yards after the catch and things like that. But I'm just happy to have him back. know, it's good to have him back on the offense, you know, having another contributing factor to the offense. So just glad to see him back out there.
And what do you think of Wake Forest defense?
Uh,
from
they're
what you've seen?
they're a very sound defense for sure. They're very technical. You know, they have a pretty good solid up front. The linebackers, they move side to side. They're pretty aggressive, and their back end's not terrible. You know, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna play their game. They're gonna play off, and you know we're gonna go out there and do what we got to do. You know, it's really the same thing each and every week for us. It's about us, and it's not really about them. We know our coaches are going to create a great scheme for us to go out there and execute. That's the main thing for us as players to go out and do. Is just execute the scheme that our coaches come up with.
This is kind of a random question, so bear with me. But, you know, last week, Lane was talking about how unique of a player J.J. Pegues is, was what he was able to do offensively, defensively, playing quarterback in high school. And obviously, you were a quarterback in high school as well. If it came down to a situation where one of y'all had to play quarterback, who would you pick and why?
I'm gonna pick me, of course. You know, well, I'll say this: it depends on the situation. If it's fourth and short, I'll go JJ. You know, just give him the ball, let him do what he do. But if it's anything longer than fourth and 3, come on, put me back there, man. I can do it all. I can throw it, can run it, can do whatever you need me to do. Thank y'all so much.